My name is Daisy. I'm from England, a little place called Surrey. Nice, quiet town, there's not much around really. And I've actually just got a new job and I work in a forest school. So I spend my day with children out in the woods. That's what I do as a job.
My name's Cameron. I'm a commissioning engineer for London Underground. I work nights mainly, which is quite good for the beekeeping because if I need to come and do it in the daytime, I've got it free really.
So we've got lots of other animals. Chickens, 2 tortoises, guinea pigs, a rabbit, dogs, cat, and bees. That's the garden.
Well, I've always wanted to keep bees. Me and Daisy was really interested in all kinds of wildlife, but never really had the space, or it all seemed like a lot of work to get all the bits and pieces together. But then Daisy showed me the Blowhive video, and a few months later we literally just made the order.
Because we didn't have any experience, and I'm still at home, we don't have all the room to get all the honey extraction gear, or the money really, so we thought we'd just save up, get a Blowhive, and then we did a couple. We did a 20-week course with these bees, and then it was hooked from there.
When you open the hive, it is fascinating. You're seeing microorganisms just evolving every day, eggs turning into larvae, pupating, turning into bees, and you see how the bees are interacting with each other, feeding each other, telling each other where the honey is. You can't get enough of it, even if you just stare at one frame. Each bee is doing something different, and it never gets old. You never get tired of looking at it, and yeah, it's completely fascinating.
So every week we do look forward to our days off and checking the bees. It's really therapeutic. Just zone in and you completely, you lose everything around you and you're just concentrating on the bees, which is really good for us. Yeah, they're very calming. I think our favourite thing about going through the hive is spotting the queen. So we didn't mark her purposely because we like having the challenge and the competition of finding her. Yeah, obviously I won.
Yeah, we haven't really met any other beekeepers our age, mid-20s, but it's changing now, and a lot more younger people are getting involved, which I think is a good thing. Becoming aware of how important they are and what they can do for us and what joy they are to keep.
It's quite nice being a young beekeeper, quite unusual because there's not that many around. We find a lot of people we go on courses with, majority of them are retired, but it's quite nice because we're quite into Instagram or posting on Facebook, and so many of our friends are so interested, and it's lovely because lots of people want to come over and have a look, get the bee suits on, and I think it's hopefully going that way. So a lot more young people are getting into it, and it's just a really good hobby. So I don't really have any hobbies, but beekeeping is awesome.
Today we cracked the frame, and obviously the honey poured out perfectly, as it does in all the videos. And yeah, we had some honey on bread.
It's so good. I've got it everywhere. So being able to care for them and look after them is definitely quite important to us. Regardless of the honey, just having them here and that they're happy, and them being happy is beneficial for us because it's good for the garden and the vegetables we grow. Definitely, I think this is just the beginning of our hive journey, our beekeeping. It's spreading, it's addictive. Yeah.